Hello and welcome. My name is Alexandra Molina, and if this is your first time belly dancing, this video is for you. I'm going to help you set up for your belly dance practice. Now, belly dance comes from a cultural and a social dance. It is an art form, and there are many ways to learn belly dance. What I'm going to be doing in this video is just to set you up with when you go to a dance class or when you're doing it at home. Number one, what do you wear? Anything. You can wear anything that you're going to be comfortable in to move, to sweat, to dance. And also, a hip scarf or a coin belt is not mandatory, but we recommend it to bring awareness to the movement in your hips. Belly dance is a full body exercise, so you will be feeling movements in your upper body. You'll be feeling the muscles up here. You will also be feeling the muscles in your quads, your thighs, your glutes, and sometimes if you're going to do footwork, your feet, your calf muscles. So it is a full body workout, but we do have that classic hip scarf that wraps around your waist. You can either get one with coins or without coins. It doesn't really matter. This one has no coins. What I like to do is to wrap it around my waist, tie it any side you want. There's no right or wrong. Now, I like to wear it here on the low part of my waist because that's where I feel it the most. I tie it once really tight, and the second time I go halfway so that I can easily untie it. I'm going to leave it here. Now, number two, the next thing to prepare is water and a towel. So hydrate before and after your class. Remember, this is an exercise as well. It is low impact. It is easy breezy on the body. So we don't need to get too crazy about the movements. They are safe for everybody. So water and then a towel if you want to just sweat that glitter away or you want to let it run. And then I wanted to talk to you about your feet. You could wear shoes, you could be barefoot. Belly dancers typically dance barefoot so that we can really feel the floor and ground ourselves in. But if you find yourself that the floor has too much friction or you're feeling too much friction on your feet, you can wear shoes, you can wear socks that have good grip, but just be very careful and stabilize your body so you avoid any slippage or any falls. Stay safe on your joints and your body. Welcome. This is your belly dance basics class of the week. Let's get into a good big warm-up. Separate the feet wide, cross the arms, take a good deep breath in slow, and then exhale, plie, bend your knees softly down. Again, deep breath, inhale, and exhale down. Now your wide stance here should feel very comfortable, and the knees should be bending over the ankles and not over the toes, and I'll show you real quick. We want to avoid this. We want to go into this, a soft plie, a soft bend. Still taking your very deep breaths in, widening, feeling out that space. Last one. And then exhale. Now we're going to take a body roll down, which I'll show you sideways. You're going to open your chest, roll it down, and as you roll up, arch your back like a kitty cat, roll it all the way back up, shoulders back, and let's do that several times so that we warm up our spine and our center and move that blood flow. So lift it up and then roll it down. Now you're going to bring your chin to chest, roll it up, and then stretch down. Take a deep breath in. Bring your chin to chest, roll it up, and then one more body roll all the way down and all the way up. Now we're going to take that back flat. We're going to sit into a tabletop position here. We're going to go even smaller, working with your abdominals and your spine. So we're flattening and we're arching. If you've ever taken yoga, this is similar to cat and cow. You can go at your own pace, but it's really important for belly dance to warm up your torso. And no, this is not a belly dance movement. This is just a very good way to stretch your spine and warm up your back and your core. You're going to take it one more time and roll it all the way back up. And now we're going to go to the shoulders and roll them down all the way and lift it. Basically exaggerate This stretch and this opening of your chest, this opening of your shoulders, exaggerate it. Good warm-ups will lead to very good dance practices. Taking deep breaths in and exhaling down. And you're welcome to take it slower or faster. It's up to you. This is your time. It's your time to relax. It's your time to dance and move. Last round. Finish that off. And then come center. Take another deep breath in. Let's get to the hips and opening up the hips so the feet are still wide. You're gonna soften your knees. You're gonna tuck the tailbone just a little bit so that you're protecting that spine. And with your knees, bend and press your hips side to side. So again, not a belly dance move, but it's a really good way to open up the hips. Stay casual, stay comfortable, pressing the hips, and we should feel a gentle opening of your sides right there. Keep it going. You can take your shoulders with you. You can get bouncy with it. As long as you feel like you're warming up your body, bringing in heat. Excellent. Keep it rolling. Press side, press side, press side. And we're gonna add your arms. You're gonna cross and breathe in deep and exhale down. One more. Open up and exhale down. Very good. Let's come back center. Let's stretch real quick those sides, those obliques. So stay soft on your knees, rainbow, one arm over gently, and then change it to the other side. Open one arm gently side. In belly dance, we use muscles called the obliques and the quadratus lumborum. They are just muscles on the sides of your torso here. We use them a lot, so it's pretty beneficial to warm those guys up. Open up side. This is also good for your posture. Just opening those arms, lifting them, stretching them. Come back center. Let's readjust and come back to your neutral space. I'm going to introduce you the basic belly dance posture, which is very essential. Your feet, your toes are going to align with your knees, and they're going to align with the joints in your hip sockets. So where to find them? You could just take the palms of your hands and kind of press in here and find those joints, and then realign your knees and your toes. Some people have a natural turnout for your toes. That's okay, as long as you're not completely turned out, because it will block any movement that we have to do with our knees and our hips. Now the pelvis, to protect it, that tailbone, we're gonna tuck it in just a smidgen and access the abdominals here to hold the pelvic floor flat and engage it so that it's nice and protected, that back. So think of that pelvic floor, right? Imagine your pelvis is a bowl, and when we tilt that pelvic bone back, we had tilt that bowl and release all that water. Then if we bring it back to neutral, it's a flat bowl. We're holding it steady and balanced. Next is that rib cage, that upper body. Open out your heart space, roll your shoulders back, separate your collarbones wide and down. Engage just a little bit. Your upper back muscles here, engage them so that those shoulders press down. Now those hands and those arms, the hands are going to come slightly in front of your shoulder line. Elbow as well, not right at your shoulder line, slightly in front and slightly down, so that they're long and lengthened and here. Shoulders back, the chin is up, put your crown on, and this is your posture for safety and for better flow of all of the movements. So shake that off, let's do it again. Feet are right below those hip bones, realigns with the joints. Soften out the knees, tucking in that pelvis. Shoulders open, heart space open, hands are slightly forward and out. Nice. Now take a deep breath in, all the way up. Let's get to some movements. First one, knees are gonna bend back and forth. Check that out. Feet are going to stay as flat as possible for the majority of your practice. So if we feel those heels lifting, even when we're twisting and doing these movements, flatten those heels back down. The articulation comes from your knees, these guys. So bending the knees back and forth here. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And I just want you to notice, get a little mindful of what you're feeling. Tune into your body, in other words. Are you feeling those quads working? Do you feel a little bit of pressure or pressing into the hips? And just be very tiny, very gentle. Excellent. Now, belly dance is about isolation and learning how to isolate that body and those movements. So that upper body is going to try not to move with us. You're going to hold your abs just a little bit so that you can steady your upper body. And then to help it out, put your hands on your shoulders. This will help to stabilize that upper body. Move the knees a little bit faster. Try that out. Try that movement. The hips should naturally be moving up and down. Because the knees are moving back and forth and the feet are flat, the hips should naturally be moving up and down. Yes, of course, some of our hips might be a little tighter, and that's fine. Belly dance helps to open up this area and these muscles, and trust me, we hold a lot of stress and a lot of tension in our hips and all of this area. So belly dance is very beneficial. It's very helpful for opening up that space. Bring back those hands out to your sides. And now that we're moving the knees faster and faster and faster, we begin to get what we call a shimmy. Shimmy means to shake. And there are many styles of shimmies. This first one is all about moving the knees back and forth, letting the hips move up and down, and that's how we see more hip movement. It is an illusion that we belly dancers give. The real shimmies come from the articulation of your knees, of your legs. This is, again, one variation of a shimmy, and we're gonna stick to this one for now. You can join me on my other videos for more shimmies. So while we're here, keep it going. I'm gonna cross the arms. You're gonna take a deep breath in with me, and you're gonna exhale, press out. Let me share some secrets with you. Breathing in and breathing out slowly is gonna help us better digest and process the information that's happening. It is a lot, but breathe deep and let your body relax into that movement. So, one knee might be moving better, more efficiently than the other, and that's totally okay. The more you do these moves, the more your body begins to process and gets to know them. So it's like you're getting to meet somebody. You're getting to meet your body in a new way, and that's one of the beautiful things that belly dance offers to us. Let's cross and breathe in again. The last thing I want to say about a shimmy is that we do not have to go fast. Shimmy means to shake, but it doesn't mean we have to be Speedy Gonzalez about it. We can just loosen out. We can have slow and big and juicy shimmies. We can have fast and powerful ones. It really depends on the music that we're dancing to and the emotions that we want to express. So for now, just practice your posture, engaging, tucking in that pelvis so that it doesn't flare back, and keeping a very lifted, beautiful alignment in your body. Very good. Cross again. Deep breath in. We're gonna move on to sharp movements of your hips. So bring it neutral, pressing the hips out now, away from the center of gravity of your body. You're gonna press them away from your shoulders by moving the knees back and forth, and you're gonna squeeze into your glutes. You're gonna squeeze one bum bum at a time, squeeze on the right and the left, and that's gonna give you a sharp movement. Let's go faster. Here we go. Side, side, side. Yes, this is one variation of moving the hips with a sharp accent, a sharp finish of the hip movements. Squeezing your glutes and then pressing the hips outside, side, side, side. This is called a hip accent or a hip bump. Now we're gonna double it out and you're gonna add your arms, slow motion first. 1, 2. You're gonna squeeze, immediately release and squeeze again. Squeeze, immediately release and squeeze again. On the left, on the left, on the right, or whatever hip you're on. Let's go a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're gonna be pointing with your hands to the side that you're moving the hip. You're gonna point to the side, point to the side, point to the right, point to the left. Again, you're immediately squeezing and releasing. Squeeze, release, squeeze, squeeze, release, squeeze. Hip accent. Now ask yourself real quick here, are you breathing? Breathe in, breathe out for 3 and 2. Last round, take it into a shimmy, a release, a deep breath in and up and out and down. One more, a deep breath in and up, reach and out and down. Shake anything that you feel tight. Give yourself a moment. Moving on, I'm gonna give you a third way to move your hips. We've already been doing the up and down with the shimmy and then the side to side. Here's a third way to move your hips. We're gonna think back on that pelvic floor again. And we're going to lift that pelvic floor up by using your lower abdominals. So it's right underneath here, right underneath that belly button. And then you're gonna drop your pelvic floor downward. So imagine a bowl, you're going to lift it up, drink, and then release it down. So lift it up and release it down. Now try that for a little bit, and then I'm gonna start to build. As you'll probably notice in my classes, I give you little by little the information, and then we start to build like building blocks. So right here, let's do a double check while we move the hips up and down. Number 1, that tailbone. It should be coming down and then flaring back, but that lower back as soft as you can get it so that you don't overextend that movement back. We're gonna begin to learn how to isolate those hips away from your rib cage, away from the knees. So here's what I mean, rib cage. When we're doing this pelvic floor lift and drop, we want to avoid coming in and coming back with anything on the upper body, including that neck, including that chin. And then for the legs, we want to avoid bending the knees and straightening them and doing this. Because what is happening here is that we're using inner thighs and then the glutes, which we want to avoid. What we want is a stretch of those lower back muscles. Stretch them, then release it. Stretch and release it, but really pulling in from this tiny, tiny little area that we usually do not isolate, which is the lower abdominals. In and release. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And this is a really good one to take small and slow, but very, very tiny. Boom, boom, boom. And avoid, as best as you can, squeezing the inner thighs, squeezing your glutes. Because trust me later, when you start to layer and build movements, you're gonna want to learn that isolation and have that connection, that brain and body connection that tells you, okay girl, we're gonna do in and out, right? I'm gonna add arms, I'm gonna add footwork, I'm gonna add travel. So from the get-go, learn how to isolate that one tiny little area and just dance with it. So now here, we're gonna make it sharper, and we're gonna go into what we call a pelvic lock and pop. A lock is on the in, and then a pop is on the out. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you have this already, here's what you can do for fun. Play with speed. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Faster, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So this is one thing you can play with is speed. Now make sure it's about your pelvis and not about your belly. So it's not the belly, it is the pelvic floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, up, down, up, down. If you want to challenge, lift your arms up and hold from your upper back. Bring your palms together and make sure the shoulders are away from your ears and they're not hunched like this, but they're here and giving you space. Like you're framing your upper body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing in and out. It's a tiny little move, but man, it's a workout because the rest of your body should still be active. Chin is up, crown is up, arms are up, you're breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a tiny break. Let it go. Shake it off with a big bouncy shimmy. One more deep breath in and exhale out. Okay, so for the last song, let's review everything together and then we'll cool it down. So, number 1 was our posture. Feet are right below, knees are aligned, joints are aligned. We're soft, we're tucked, we're rolled, we're lifted, we're open, hands slightly in front. First one was the knees back and forth. Feet are flat for the whole way. And if it travels to your upper body in the beginning, that's okay. Let it travel to your upper body. Let it for the beginning, and you know that as you do it over and over again and you work hard on your technique, this will start to steady out. You can even grab a book, balance it on your head, and it will make you more aware of what's happening. Trust me, it's like balancing a sword, balancing a shamadan, anything big and heavy on your head. It's gonna help you become aware of your isolations. So anyway, back to that shimmy. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's big and slow at first. Gain that control, gain that momentum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Also, keep breathing in and out. Breathe in, breathe out. For 3, 2, let's go to your accents. Press right, press left, glutes now. This is all about your glutes. Glutes right, and your quads as well, your thighs. Feet are flat. Make sure that those feet are going flat when you press out side to side. Guess what? For this movement, you can also take it smaller. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's cute too. And if you can take it bigger, then that's good too. Again, it's up to the type of music you're dancing to. It's up to the expression you want to emote and present, okay? For now, just get to your basic. We're gonna double it out and add your arms. Press 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep it going. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 1, 2. Keep it going for a little longer. 3, 2. Let's bring it into a shimmy and release everything. Breathe it up. Big and bouncy shimmy. Stretch all the way up and then cross it down. Lift it up again and cross it down. Now pelvic pop and lock. Here we go. Up and down, in and out. Lock, pop, all from those lower abdominals. Tilting the pelvic floor, up and down, without doing anything like this. Since this is not hip hop, we're isolating the magic, the illusion, the essence of belly dance is all of that beautiful, sensual control. And that is where we start to really get into the art form. But also it's a really good workout. I mean, I know you feel your abs. I feel them. And your back and your arms. I always get that from my ladies. The arms are the hardest part in the beginning. Keeping them up, avoiding chicken wings, which are these guys. Lifting and helping that upper body elongate. So keep breathing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do that combo, slow and then fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7. Palms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep it going. 1, 2, 3. Long and tall. 5, 6, 7. Release it. Wow. Okay, let it go. Inhale and exhale. That was excellent. Let's take a little stretch together. Separate those feet wide. You're going to cross those arms. Take a deep breath in and up. And I hope you liked this little basics beginner class to settle yourself into your practice. You can always use this as a warm-up. Whatever level you are, I mean, I'm sweating. I love to go back and revisit those basics. So let's take it here, flat back for a moment. Stretch into your hips. And then you're going to arch your back. Round yourself out here. Stretch that lower back. Let's do one more of that. Flatten it out. And then arch and stretch. Release that back. Release any tension. You're gonna roll it back up. And as you do, lift your shoulders, lift your chin, round it down. Exaggerate some slow shoulder rolls down and up. Inhale on your way up. Exhale on your way down. One more. And exhale. Very good. Bring the feet closer. We're gonna stretch those hips a little bit. You can keep them wide, that's okay. Sit into one side. This should feel like a gentle stretch on your glutes and on your hips. The opposite hand goes on your thigh here. Breathe deep. You can press as far as you feel like you want to. You don't have to overstretch at all. Actually, we suggest that you don't overstretch it. Give your body a chance to sit in and process. Right? I feel like we all want to learn so quickly, and that's a good thing. Keep that passion. And we also need to remember that the body has its own time, and sometimes the mind has its own time too. And the connection, that process of connection, that connecting that mind and body can be a little frustrating. So don't think too much about it and just feel. Take a deep breath in and out. Give yourself a very big hug. Thanks your body for dancing. Give it 2 kisses and a little zagarit, which is a trill in the Middle East. You may or may not have heard it before, but it is a celebratory trill. Everybody's sounds different. In the Middle East, they use their tongue side to side. I'm American. I'm not sure yet. I try and practice, but it is difficult for me. But this is what we do. We basically say la 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 in a high-pitched voice. We cover our mouth to emit that sound, and it is a really cool way to just congratulate yourself, your other fellow belly dancer. So I'm gonna do it with you. 1, 2, 3. And you're done. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Alexandra, and message me if you have any questions at all. See you next time.